Konishiki akebo no takano hana hakuho musashi maru kotoshikiku chiyo no fuji kita no mi asashoru kayo sumo wrestlers all. Nippon 80s and 90s in sumo. Ohio, Ohio, Ohio. Jeff Diamond again. And I'll be talking about years in sumo. In the 80s and 90s, of course, Wikipedia. I'm using Wikipedia as a guide. So basically, a lot of stuff I was saying, I'll be looking at the Wikipedia page because I do know my stuff off the top of my head, but of course, I'm not really that good. So anyway, we started in 1987 in sumo. Well, that's 30 years ago. I might as well. So anyway, in January of 1987, Chiyono Fuji won his 20th basho, or yusho. Only the third guy behind Taiyo and Kitanomi, rest in peace Kitanomi, to do this. He beats Futo Haguro in a playoff after both went 12-3. Futo Haguro actually won in the regulation match, but didn't win in the playoff. Konishiki gets 10 wins and gets the Outstanding Performance Prize because he beat both Yokozuna, Futo Haguro and Chiyono Fuji. Anyway, Hokutumi, Hokutumi, in the March Basho, won his second ever title at 12-3, beating Chiyono Fuji and Konishiki, who got 11 each. Wow, Konishiki was close. So anyway, Futo Haguro got injured and dropped out on the 10th day of the Basho, so not good for the Yokozuna. In May, the May Basho, Onokuni, the Oseki, won his first yusho with a Sensho yusho, perfect 15-0. He is the first man other than Chiyono Fuji to win the Ryogoku Kukugan, the sumo arena, because it was renovated in January 1985. Hokutumi was 13-2 and got promoted to Yokozuna, I guess based on his good performance. And their stable, Kokonoi stable, was the first since 1949 to have two active Yokozuna simultaneously. Konishiki gets promoted to Oseki after a 12-3 score, which means he's hit sumo's second highest rank and the first foreigner, Gaijin, to do it. He wins the Fighter Spirit Prize. So anyway, and then in July, Chiyono Fuji, who only won 10 bouts in the May Basho, wins 14 out of 15 to win the July and 87 Basho. Onokuni did pretty well, finishing runner-up at 12-3. Hokutumi wins 11 bouts in his first Yokozuna appearance, and Konishiki only wins 9, but at least he gets above 500. Futo Haguro nearly becomes the first sumo in years to fall below 500 for a tournament. So anyway, Tochino no Waka won an Outstanding Performance Prize. In September, Hokutumi, who was made a Yokozuna in March, 6 months later, wins his first title as a Yokozuna with 14 wins. He loses to Onokuni, who only lost twice, but he's runner-up. And his runner-up performance gives him the Yokozuna performance as well. Amazing. Asahi Fuji wins 12 and gets to be Oseki, and got the Technique and Fighting Spirit Prize. Konishiki also gets 12 wins, which is pretty good. Chiyono Fuji, of course, left the tournament because of injury. In November, Chiyono Fuji came back from his injury and put a Sensho Yusho on the board, his 22nd Basho, and his third of the year. Futo Haguro does pretty well, 13-2, and he ties Hokutumi for second. Onokuni, strange as it sounds, his first basho as a Yokozuna, he only wins 8 out of 15. He almost goes below 500. So anyway, and Nankaryu from Western Samoa becomes the third non-Japanese to reach that division. Scores 8 wins in his debut in Makuuchi. And then the shocker, December of 1987, Futo Haguro gets kicked out of sumo because he had an argument with his stable master and he slapped his boss's wife. He's the first ever Yokozuna to be forced out of the sumo world. So basically, he screwed himself up. In 1988, there were 6 tournaments, of course, after Futohaguro's shameful exit. The first tournament was January 88. Asahi Fuji, the new Oseki, actually wins the Yusho, beating Chiona Fuji on the final day. He wins 14 out of 15, and Konishiki is only 1 back. Not bad. Chiona Fuji wins 12 matches. Alongside Magashira Kotogame, Kotogaume, who wins the Fighting Spirit Prize. So anyway, in Osaka, Onokuni, the giant panda as he's sometimes called, wins his first show as a Yokozuna by beating Hokutumi in a playoff. Chiona Fuji injured himself. Kirinchi, the oldest man in the top division, wins a Fighting Spirit Prize. Amazing. Chiona Fuji in May of 88 wins the basho with a 14-1 record. And he does pretty well. July, Chiona Fuji gets his Senso Yusho. He wins 15-0. Hokutumi got injured. Chiona Fuji again put up a great tournament. He wins his 3rd tournament in a row, and his winning streak hits 39 after the September basho, which means he's 7 away from breaking the post-war record of Taiho, who had 45. Now, I don't think that Chiona Fuji and Taiho's records are still on YouTube anymore, but I got them before they went off. But I'm not going to do anything about it because I'm worried that it's going to be copyright infringement. November, all eyes were on Chiona Fuji to break his winning streak. He beat Hanako Kuni on day 7 to win it. And unfortunately, he loses on the final day to Onokuni. He did win the basho, his 4th in a row. Strange as it sounds. Chiona Fuji, of course, was injured in March. So in May, July, September, November, he won the bashos. His streak stops at 53. That's pretty good. Oh, that. Well, all I know from 1990 to 1992, Wikipedia is not telling me anything. All I know is that, well, 89, excuse me, is that Konishiki actually ended up winning a basho on the last basho, the November basho, 89. Konishiki actually won the basho, making him the first foreigner to win a basho. Also, the emperor died in 1989, so of course the current emperor, I can't remember his name, but anyway, he's there. Onokuni actually ended up below 500 in the September basho and decided to quit, but the Sumo Association told him to keep fighting. All I know in 92 is that Konishiki won a couple of bashos after 1989, but he never got to the mountain of being a Yokozuna, and he accused the Japanese Sumo Association of purposely putting him down because of his foreign policies. But that's not the case. So anyway, back to 1993. Akebono in January of 93 wins his 3rd ever title and his 2nd straight, which means he has to be promoted to Yokozuna because of the rules. If you win 2 basho as an Oseki or better, or lower, you have to be given the Yokozuna thing. So the Yokozuna Council, 3 days after Akebono won, announced the promotion, and yes, a foreign-born wrestler could win spots to Yokozuna. And actually, there was no active Yokozuna for 8 months before Akebono got his super belt. So Akebono made his Yokozuna debut March 14th, and he ends up losing it to Waka Hanada, aka Wakanohana, well, his brother Taka Hanada, or what is known as Takano Hana, or Takano Hana, is the runner-up. Amazing. Wakano Hana won the technique and outstanding performance prize. And Takano Hana, Soseki debut made him the youngest ever at Oseki, 20 years, 5 months. In May, Takano Hanada and Waka Hanada decided to, well, they changed their names to Takano Hana II and Waka Hana III, respectively. And Takano Hana won his third basho with a 14-1 record. Akebono takes second. In the July basho, Akebono gets his first Yusho as a Yokozuna, winning a three-way playoff between him and the brothers Kanohana, Takana, and Wakana. Akebono's fourth title, Takanohana could have won and got a promotion to Yokozuna, but he wouldn't miss. Wakanohana becomes an Oseki for the first time, and Konishiki has to withdraw because of injury. Akebono then took the title, his second straight. Takanohana once again becomes runner-up. And Akebono in November '93 wins his third consecutive basho, beating Musashi Maru in a playoff. Konishiki ends up 6-9, and that meant after so many years, after 39 tournaments, or about 6+ years, he had to give up his Oseki reign. In 1994, Takano Hana wins the January basho with Takano Nami and Musashi Maru taking second and third respectively. Takano Nami wins the Fighting Spirit prize. Musashi Maru wins the Technique prize. Konishiki had a chance to go back to Oseki, but because of injury, finished 2-13. Very disastrous. In March, Akebono wins a three-way playoff with Takano Nami and Makashiro number 12, Takatoriki, who ended up being 12-3. Takatoriki wins the Fighting Spirit prize shared with Terao. Kaio gets the Outstanding Performance prize for beating Akebono. Takano Hana wins his first ever basho with a 14-1 score. Musashi Maru ends up runner-up with 12. Akebono injured in a match with Takatoriki, so he was out. Terao gets 8 wins on his return to Sanyaku, which is not higher than Makashira, and gets the Outstanding Performance prize. Takatoriki wins another Fighting Spirit prize, his 5th. Musashi Maru gets a Sensho Yusho, 15-0. The first wrestler in the top division since Chiyono Fuji to get a Sensho Yusho in 1989. Amazing. Wakano Hana loses to Musashi Maru. That's the only blemish. Takano Hana only scores 11 wins, trying to get his Yokozuna promotion. Akebono gets injured. Takatoriki again gets Fighting Spirit, being 10-5 back at Kobusubi, so he had probably jumped up. Takano Hana gets his Sensho Yusho, 15-0, with Musoyama Sekawake taking second place. Akebono again gets injured, and people thought, oh, Akebono's done for. And then Takano Hana wins the championship with his second straight Sensho Yusho, 15-0. In 3 tournaments, he only loses 4 belts, which is pretty good. And finally, he becomes Yokozuna after failing on 2 attempts. Okotumi was the last Japanese wrestler to hold it in '92. He's still the 3rd youngest Yokozuna in history, behind Kitano Nobi and Taiho. Musashi Maru wins 12, and Akebono only wins 10. In 1995, Takano Hana wins in his debut tournament as Yokozuna in his 3rd consecutive basho. He gets in a playoff with Musashi Maru, winning 13. Akebono in March responds by winning. Well, Kaio won the Outstanding Performance prize in January in a Sekawake debut. In March, Akebono wins his 8th title, March of 1995, beating Takano Hana on the final day to get 14 wins. Terao wins the Outstanding Performance prize, which is good. Akebono and Takano Hana met on the final day of the May '95 basho, and Takano Hana beat Akebono on the last day to win the basho. In July, Takano Hana once again wins the basho, finishing 1 ahead of Musashi Maru. And Musashi Maru, the 5th straight tournament, he's won 12 or more belts. Amazing. Amazing. Anyway, Takanohana once again wins Basho, his 4th out of 5 in the year 95 with a central usual 15-0. Akibono ends up runner-up. Kotonishiki wins the technique prize, and Kyle the outstanding performance prize. Wakanohana ends up winning his 2nd title, beating Takanohana in a playoff to win the November 95 Basho, denying Takanohana 5 Bashos in 1995. Akibono gets injured, he had to withdraw, and that's pretty much it. In 1996, Takano Nami won the Basho in January, beating Takanohana in a playoff. Takanohana won the Basho in March, doing pretty well. Takanohana wins the May Basho, 14 wins. And Konishiki got lucky in May of 96. He almost was demotion and certain retirement. He won 10 belts after being Megashare 14. So Konishiki got through in July in the Nagoya Basho of 96. Takanohana and Akibono would fight on the last day to decide the winner, and it was Takanohana, no big surprise. And Mainomi, who was 95 kilograms, lost a fight to Konishiki, who was 180 kilograms bigger than him, and he had to drop to Juro because he had to withdraw. Takanohana wins his 4th consecutive Basho in September 96, Senso Yusho. And Takanohana injured his back while on a sumo tour. And Musashi Maru won a 5-play playoff. When the 5 Rikishi who had 11 wins were Musashi Maru, Akibono, Takano Nami, and Kaio. I don't know why it's a 5-way and I only say 4. Damn. 1997 saw Wakanohana win his 3rd Basho with a 14-1 record. Takanohana returned from his back injury and was only 1 win back. In March of 97, Takanohana wins a 4-way playoff between him, Akibono, Musashi Maru, and Kaio, who was pretty good. So Takanohana beat Kaio, Akibono beat Musashi Maru. I actually have a couple of the Bashos from 1997 on my computer because ESPN Classic Canada had them on. So of course Terrell had to withdraw after breaking his big toe, and he'd been in 1,359 consecutive belts from his debut in 1979, which is amazing. Gee, 79, 97, great. Akibono finally gets a Basho, his 9th in May of 97, beating Takanohana in a playoff. So anyway, Takanohana did get his revenge in July 97, beating Akibono on the final day to get his 17th title. Wakanohana almost dropped his Oseki status, but he won 8 matches. Takanohana wins back-to-back Bashos in September, beating Musashi Maru in the playoff. And in November, Konishiki retires because he only won 5 belts at Megashare 14. And he had 3 titles and 81 consecutive top division titles, which was amazing. Takano Nami actually beat Takanohana after both ended up being 14-1. And every Sekiwaki and Komusubi got losing scores. The first time since 1990 that it happened. In 1998, it was the champions Musashi Maru January. March was Wakanohana. Wakanohana won his 2nd straight title and got to be Yokozuna May 98. Takanohana got back from his illness and won his 19th Basho. Then Takanohana becomes the 4th guy to win 20 Bashos. Kotonishiki wins the title in November 98 as a Megashare in Kyosho. Amazing. And in 1999, it was Wakanohana losing to Chio Taikai, who's now the first Oseki holder since 1994. Musashi Maru wins March 99, and then he wins in May 99, which means he's the second foreign-born Yokozuna in history, because Dejima wins wins the July 99 Basho by beating Akibono. Musashi Maru wins his first title as Yokozuna, and then once again, Musashi Maru, surprisingly, 4 Bashos in 1 year in 1999. So that's it for 80s and 90s. I will be talking about the 2000s in sumo coming up in the next video.